My question is I'm hearing reports that Democrats are coming to terms that Biden's going to be the nominee and that we're going to lose the White House. And in my opinion, that is unacceptable and it's demoralizing. And especially when the Republicans have two mega candidates now, extremely mega, they're extremists, and the Democrats, this is a very winnable election. I truly believe we can wipe them out. All we have to do is, why can't we replace Biden with like a Gretchen Whitmer or Andy Beshear, someone that has proven to the Republicans and Democrats and that are younger and where not just Democrats but also independents can say, hey, we can see these people completing another 4 years. Because the problem with Biden is that he's done a good job, but we don't believe that he can complete another 4 years. Is there any way you can convince Biden to step down? Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Dalen, and your constituents. So I appreciate you calling in and listening to Thom's program. So trust me, I'm having this conversation multiple times a day, period, right? Including with my colleagues, as well as people I run into on the street, people like yourself, people reaching out to me. I understand the concern. I completely do. And I think it's a fair conversation to have post-debate. So the thing is, we can't just continue to have the conversation forever, but we do have a few weeks still, 4 to 5, I think, until the convention. That's why I think the DNC action, kind of was very not wise to try to say they're going to move a virtual roll call sooner. They kind of use the Ohio example, but it doesn't quite work either, Thom, and that's part of the problem some of us had in Congress with them doing that. Look, at the end of the day, what matters to people are the issues, I think, that each party stands for. In Project 2025 is the roadmap for Republicans, and we need to talk about all those particulars, and we have a task force that I'm serving on in Congress to do that, to expose that more. And then, talk about what the Democrats would do with another 4 years. But Dalen, I think we're all going to have this conversation for a little while longer. The president right now is saying he intends to run. I know there's a lot of opinions on this. I've tried to be respectful of the president, but I think this is something that I would say is not finalized yet, in my opinion. I think it's still an open conversation, and input like yours is really valuable. So thank you
both for what you do. I was wondering if God forbid, if Trump wins again, are the Democrats starting to kind of prepare somebody new to run in the next presidential race? I'm thinking of people like you, Mark Pocan, who I absolutely love, people like Jamie Raskin. There are just a lot of really great Democrats out there. And I hope that after the convention, whoever is chosen, we all get behind our candidate. I think we need to take a page book from the Republicans and all get behind our candidate and show solidarity and a united front. And that Biden needs to be talking about what he has done, what he will do, and just drum into people that this is what we've done. So that's my question, and thank you both so very much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Martha. And, first of all, it's the people who decide, right? Now, I know we're at the process where the primaries are done, and this is a unique situation we're in. I think what you just said, and I think everyone who's called who has concern on this, we're going to unify after the convention with the Democratic nominee, because Donald Trump clearly is the opposite of the values that we want to see move forward for this country. But there's a lot of great folks who I think who want to run for president someday, and again, it should be decided by the people. There'll be an open process. Clearly Joe Biden's not running for another term after this. Should he, get reelected? And I think from Gretchen Whitmer to others, I shouldn't start saying names, Thom. I'm getting in trouble. There's governors and representatives and senators, as well as others across the country, that are ready to do this. And I think an open process will be good for the party. But I agree. I think the most important thing is we're all going to unify after that convention, because it is making sure that Donald Trump is not president, and Project 2025 has no chance of becoming a reality.
Admiral James Stavridis is her vice president to back her up and make her seem powerful. The other thing is, there's a saying, the home runs in yesterday's baseball game will not win today's game. What Joe Biden has done is wonderful, but we are terrified out here that he's going to have another senior moment before the election. Cannot the Democrats ask him to take a cognitive test and talk with the neurologist about his condition so as to try to guarantee that he's not going to have another senior moment? Democracy can be doomed. Donald Trump is an antichrist type figure, not the Antichrist, but he's going to bring great wickedness. So cannot the Democrats ask Joe to take a cognitive test like Governor Whitmer said it wouldn't hurt? But can't you insist that he do that so that there's a guarantee that he won't have another senior moment?
Keno, we got it. We got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Keno, I'll tell you.
Former Republican, by the way, Congressman.
Yeah, that's great, Keno. Thanks for coming to the light. Keno, I'll tell you, I don't even know if it's about a cognitive test. I think, people have to decide what's in the best interest for the country and for the values that we hold, especially as progressives. We're progressives because we believe in a certain set of values and we believe that that's what's best for this country. And I think, anyone should have to decide that when you're running for office. I mean, if I feel at some point that I'm calling it in and not doing the job, then it's time for me to go. And I've got to make sure I'm listening to that, not just, I just hit the median age in Congress, and I'm going to be 60 in August. This Congress, it went down a couple years with a new class. And, I see, quite honestly, a lot of people who probably should make the decision sooner. And I think it's everyone's unique decision where they're at. But what's best for the country is the decision that has to be made by all individuals who run for office. And I would hope that that's what everyone's looking at when they decide to run or continue running.